The first thing that we really want to touch on is a bit about the industry, because you need to understand why, and one of the drivers behind why this industry is thriving at the moment. It's what I refer to as the new age of business. And you'd have to be living under a rock to not understand that we have been through a GFC, and people are really struggling and really hurting out there. So this industry is driven a lot by the fact that people are looking for some form of supplementary income. They're looking, and what I say to the people that I'm working with, people would like to give themselves a pay rise every single day. So you can see this list of things down here. You might really relate to one or two or many of these. Lots of people stressed, people, businesses are downsizing, people can barely afford to meet their debt repayments. People are working longer hours for less. So that's really why this industry is so popular. It's a low investment to get started and extremely high return. So no risk, high return. And when you look at statistics aged 65, so sort of around that retirement age, you look at actually how many people have choices. Age 65, because of all the horrific lifestyle diseases, 29% of the population aren't working, aren't with us. At 63% are actually relying on some form of government funding. 3% age 65 are still working, and I want to enjoy my retirement years, not working for someone else age 65. That would be a tragic situation. So we're really looking at 5% of the population have choices, and only 1% you could really consider wealthy. So that's booking first class for their entire family anywhere, anytime that they want to. So 95% of people are actually out there looking at an opportunity like this for to supplement their income, but 100% of the population look at this company, look at our product range from a health and looking good, feeling good perspective. If you look at the business trends happening around the world, 200 million will join this industry in the next decade. That's more growth in the next 10 years in the last 50. In Australia, I know that these numbers are even more favourable in other countries like Africa, Asia, America. But in Australia, there's every 8th household is actually set up as some form of home business. I know in America it's around 1 in 6. It may not all be in direct sales, network marketing. It could be in party planning. It could be in selling products on eBay, setting up a website. It is generating a supplementary income from home. So 1 in 6 in America. I think it's as little as 1 in 5 in Asia and Africa. And in Australia, again, just to show and illustrate how much growth and these trends, extrapolate globally. But, this industry did only $1 billion in sales for the first time in 2010. And because of the rapid growth, 1.5 billion. So it took around 50 years to do $1 billion in sales, and only 3 years to add an extra $500 million to that. So that's really what's the rapid growth, and I refer to it as the perfect storm. And number one on that list there is technology, and this industry is booming because of the technology, the advancements in internet connectivity, and internet-based technologies such as what we're on now, like a webinar type of platform, so you can reach out to more people around the world. Also, people in the last 5 years, the emergence of smartphone technology. So everyone has an iPhone or an Android using their apps all the time. So again, another form of technology that's really driving this industry, allowing you to connect with people so much easier all around the world. And the other thing, you'd have to be, I don't know nearly any person now that doesn't use social media of some form. So those 3 forms of technology have really revolutionized this industry, which is what I refer to as the new age of business. We touch on the economy. The baby boomers are an interesting influence. and they are, a group of people, a billion people born at the one point in time. They've driven a lot of economies as they've grown up over the years. They're retiring at this point in time. So at age 60, what do they want right now? They want to look as good as they can for as long as they can. If they're still forced to work at that age, they don't want to work that hard. So supplementary income, lifestyle-based income is really important. The next group, Gen X, Gen Y, they're sort of like the new economy in lots of ways. They're movers and shakers. They don't want to work 9 to 5. They want to dictate their own income on their own terms. And also the rising middle class of Asia. It's another interesting group. On 60 Minutes, one of the most successful businessmen around the world set up a casino, and he was interviewed on 60 Minutes talking about why did you set your casino network up in Macau? And he said, look, I really want to tap into the rising middle class of Asia. And when we talk about Jeunesse and its international global platform, you'll really understand why this company is so exciting. Top 5 biggest markets are all those emerging Asian markets. So that's really what's I refer to as the perfect storm and what's really driving this business. If you look at popular and social media, but you look at actual mainstream media, people will recognize the name the Wall Street Journal. They did a 40-page spread on this industry talking about how, in 2010, how it really did save the economy from complete disaster. Then you move from mainstream media into the top businessmen in the world. You look at people like Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Richard Branson, Warren Buffett. These are all smart business minds. They're all owners, investors, or endorsers of this industry. Warren Buffett actually is quoted as saying, cash on cash return, it's the best investment he's ever made. Donald Trump set up his own company in the health arena. Richard Branson set up his own company in the cosmetics arena. So these are the smartest entrepreneurs on the planet. And we talk about products and product relevance. Well, the anti-aging market is absolutely booming. It's a multi-trillion-dollar industry. People want to look as young as they can for as long as they can. And when someone comes up to me and says, Craig, who would I promote these products to? And I turn it and flip it on them with a question and say, well, you tell me who you know wants to look as old as they possibly can. If it's someone in their 30s, say to them, can you wait to look like your grandmother? There's not one single person on the planet would say yes to that. So these products are for absolutely everyone. So we touched there just on the economy, product relevance, the perfect storm, why this is such a great opportunity. Now we're going to move more specifically into Jeunesse Global. So we'll start on the company. The company is a family-owned company that's fast approaching its 5th year in business. So we start on the 9th, a debt-free, rock-solid company. We'll talk about its successes on the next slide, but it's also already hit number 46 in the top 100 DSA companies. And the DSA is a really important membership that you need to establish. So we're a proud member of the DSA. We're able to receive that inside 2 years. And I always say that the companies that are a member of the DSA, they're the companies that are built to last. They're the companies that have been through the strictest auditing-based processes to receive that membership. So that's a really important, thing that you need to look at. Award after award after award. 3rd fastest growing company in the world the last 2 years running. We've already won the Rising Star Award of the industry. In Asia, the Golden Midas Award. In the US, recently we just received 16 marketing awards at a business awards night. This is a really exciting one, and one of my favorite statistics, we were one of only 18 companies that grew by more than $100 million. So we're part of this $100 million club in the DSA. If you look at that list, most of those companies have been established for 10, 20 plus years and have done over $1 billion in sales already. So to go from $1 billion to 1.1, it's not a massive growth. But when you're going from 135 million to $257 million, that's absolutely exceptional growth. And I can guarantee that Jeunesse will be in that club next year based on its current growth this year. So it's a really exciting company that's winning award after award after award in the industry. And it's really set up by these great leaders. They've had success in business for over 40 years. Randy actually won a contract for NASA back in the 70s, which really set him up as a business person. He went on to set up another few Inc. 500 companies. He's retired 3 times and actually can't stand retirement. He's been Florida Businessman of the Year twice, and his wife Wendy just in the last 2 years has been voted the top 20 most influential females in the industry. So extremely successful business people. Scott Lewis, he's the heir apparent, as I say. He's extremely talented and incredibly hardworking corporate executive. I've been in this industry for around 6-7 years now, and he's easily the most hardworking, talented corporate executive that I've ever worked alongside of. So we've touched on the industry and what's driving the industry. We've touched on Jeunesse as a company. So if I was going to invest not necessarily my financial future, if I was going to invest my time, that is a company that's someone that I can really align myself with. So let's move more into the product range. Jeunesse products are very unique. It's a world first product based on adult stem cell technology. Dr. Nathan Newman is the doctor behind it. He's extremely famous, specifically in the US. He's like a doctor's doctor. He's interviewed on all the different media shows like Entertainment Tonight, the ABC, the Morning Show. He's in magazines. He's very famous in the US. He worked for all the Hollywood elite. This is a product range here in the skincare section. It's called Luminesse. And Dr. Newman has actually pioneered this technology called a stem cell lift, and a byproduct of that is actually using the adult stem cell technology to create this skincare range, which is derived from the growth factors, which is the byproduct of Dr. Newman's technology. Growth factors are actually the way your cells communicate with each other. So there's no stem cells in the product. It's the way your cells communicate. There's a great little 2-minute video, which I encourage you, if you're a guest on here today, to go back to the person that invited you to show you the 2-minute clip on Dr. Newman explaining how the science behind these products work, but it's all about the growth factors, which are the way your cells communicate. So the serum's our first product we'll talk about. It's the most signature product in any skincare range. No different here. There's 85% active ingredient of that growth factor complex. When you see the testimonials, you'll be blown away by how amazing this technology works. Our second product is a day cream. It has up to 10% of that active ingredient in it, but it also has a sunscreen. So it protects you, so it moisturizes, but actually doubles up as a sunscreen. The next product's a night cream, which again has a really high concentration, up to 10% of that active ingredient again, but it has a DNA repair formula. So these products are all aimed to work synergistically together in partnership with the nutritionals that I'll touch on shortly, and working from the outside in and the inside out all together. The next skincare product is a cleanser, and the cleanser has got like an exfoliation formula in it. So it's a great product to help bring out all those toxins out of the face or out of the skin, and helps the whole system work way better. The body cream, obviously, because the products are working so well, a lot of the customers were saying, look, it'd be good to put something on your entire body, so along comes the body cream. The Ultimate Lifting Mask is a really interesting product because I call it a business building product, because people in the skincare arena, everyone wants instant gratification. That's why people walk into a Botox clinic and spend thousands of dollars every quarter on getting Botox. They want to see a result immediately. So this Ultimate Lifting Mask is really it isn't Botox, but I call it Botox in a bottle, because people put it on, 20 minutes later they can see an instant result. So imagine that from a business perspective. You run a house party, you do a demonstration there, and you've got a full house of people buying your product range. So that's the skincare range. It's all backed by adult clinical studies, which are done by a third-party organization. Here's one of the people that were a part of the study. They measure spots, pores, wrinkles, texture. Spots and pores, top 70 percentile. spots and wrinkles, pores and texture below average. After being on the Luminous range for around 60 days, you can see in the top 90% of each area. There's a video on our YouTube site with the people that done that independent study, and they say that it's the best result on a skincare regime they've ever done. So we've seen the science behind it. We've had a look at that's the clinical studies behind it. Now let's have a look at what the actual results people can get. You can see an improvement here in collagen and elastin in the face. Again, collagen and elastin improvement there. This one's a great result with someone that's had a horrific bout of acne. This is like what I call the ultimate skeptics test. You can see there they put the entire range on one hand. Hands are an interesting one because they're out exposed in the sun the most, nearly out of your entire body except your face. Here they've left the hand normal. So you can see a great difference by using the range versus not. This is a great result with rosacea. Here's one of my friends based up in Queensland, Australia, that had a really extreme bout of cystic acne. You can see on his face here, it was over the entire face. It looked, as extreme as third-degree burn scarring. So he had that in his teenage years, and he's in his 40s now, and when he gets up on stage to tell his testimonial, he talks with absolute emotion, and it's an extremely powerful testimonial because he says that I have tried absolutely everything. And when he got introduced to the Luminous range and the result you can see here, he gets really emotional. He's one of our #1 distributors in Australia, and here's another good result. This is a US-based distributor here that I believe's been in the skincare industry for around 25 years and got a great result with the Luminous product range. So that's some of the results you can see down in Australia. We've actually, because of the results people getting, been featured in many popular magazines such as Vogue, Cosmopolitan, TV Week, Harper's Bazaar. We've been on the morning shows. We've had celebrity endorsements that are not even getting paid, but they're actually saying that they love this product range. So we have been in many magazines, all because of the story behind our incredible results that people are getting. So that's the skincare range. We're going to move now on to the nutritional range. This is equally as exciting part of our product range, and when I describe this opportunity to people, I say that literally you could pull apart every single product individually and build an entire company built around that product. Most companies in the industry would barely have one product that has the level of science and X factor that Jeunesse's products has, and that's why we're winning so many awards and going through so much rapid growth. Here's Dr. Vincent Giampapa. He came up with the product called AMPM, which is sort of works like a general multivitamin, but it's got about 5, 6, 7 different complexes built into it. Because of his research and his product, he's recently received a 2014 nomination for a Nobel medical prize. So this has 85 active ingredients in both the products. AM, obviously you take during the morning. It's got a slightly different formulation which gives you your health, plus it gives you some protection and energy during the day. And the difference with the night, the few ingredients, is all about repair, recovery and sleep. The next product here is called Finity. Again, it's got some amazing science behind it. In fact, the 2009 Nobel Medical Research Prize was won on all about telomere and telomerase research, which is about being able to reverse the age of your cells. And this has an ingredient in it that's the only ingredient in the history of mankind that's proven to be able to reverse the age of those cells. So again, if you're new to this presentation, go back to the person that invited you. There's a great little 2-minute video where the scientists talk about the science behind this product. The next nutritional that I'll talk about is called Reserve. Reserve is based on the most researched antioxidant on the planet called resveratrol. And if you go to the US medical directory PubMed and search for resveratrol, you'll find over 7,000 clinical studies done on the health benefits of resveratrol. 60 Minutes did a 30-minute documentary on this ingredient and how it's changing lives all around the world. And probably globally, our number one sales would be derived from this product. So it's an amazing product. It's a gel-based product, and it's full of other fruits and berries and works as an infusion. You have it 1 or 2 times a day. It's an incredible product. So that's our product range there. We've got our skincare, we've got our antioxidants, we've got our nutritionals, and we've got our we've also got our reverse age. So we're going to wrap it all up and talk about, okay, we've got the economy in our favor. We've got the perfect storm. We've got Jeunesse. Yes, I tick that box. It looks like a great company. We've got the products, very unique, very conversational products. So how do I turn this into a home business? Well, it's quite simple to get started, $32.95, and that gives you your virtual business kit. And for that, you also have the ability to distribute products into 100 countries around the world. There's also a physical kit that's attached to this, which increases the price slightly in the US only, but you can only get that US at the moment. So there might be a slight, I think, $15 to $20 difference to get started. But in most of the other markets around the world, you can only get your virtual business kit. So that's what it costs to actually open a business and get access to these incredible products in all the different countries, or get wholesale rates to all the different countries around the world. There's 6 different ways to get paid. We'll touch on those. We are breaking records in the industry as a company, but we have got income stories that are also breaking records in the industry. There's already over 30 diamond directors in the business, so we've already created over 30 millionaires in the space of 4 years. We've got some of the highest income earners in the industry, and as it's all a result of Jeunesse doubling every year for 4 years. And we did $257 million in sales in 2013, and in 2 months ago we did 40 million alone in 1 month in sales. So it's incredible. There's rubies everywhere, there's emeralds everywhere, there's diamonds. To give you a bit of an idea, the minimum income earner of a ruby director is around $10,000 a month. The minimum income of an emerald director, you're looking around 25,000. These are just average numbers. And a diamond director, well over $50,000 income earner when you understand the compensation plan. So let's have a look at the 6 different ways to get paid. The first is retail profit. So if someone doesn't want to build a network, would rather do it as a more party plan, or they'd like to sell it through their business because all their clients are coming to get their hair cut from them or so on, you can simply buy the products at wholesale, sell them at retail, and make the retail profit. That's pretty simple. The second way to get paid is a customer acquisition bonus. So when you buy your business kit to get started, which is the virtual kit and your physical kit to get started, you also select a product package, what package you want to start with. So I have what we call our curious package, which is just enough products for one person to just test, all the way up to our serious packages, our 1 year jumbo, where you buy a product package and you qualify your account for an entire year. So you're committing to this business for a year, and an ambassador package, which is our biggest product package that you can buy. So they're the business builders pack, but if you're a curious type of person that just want to try a handful of products, that's what you need to do to activate your account when you first sign up. You earn bonuses on that. So once off sales rep bonuses. Third way is called team commission. That's basically building 2 teams of referrals to infinity, and but you get paid based on the size of those 2 teams of referrals. You can earn up to $26,250 a week in this part of the commission structure, and this is not even the biggest part. But you get, if your 2 teams of referrals get to a big size, that's a sort of income that you could earn at that level. There'd be over 10 people in Jeunesse at the moment that would have got to that level in the business. Here's our leadership titles. When you sign up and buy your business kit without a product package, you're only an associate. Put the product package in, you're a distributor, you're in business, you've got product to try. When you start your 2 teams of referrals, you're an executive. Then you start progressing based on number of enrollments and number of people you're helping up the leadership level. As that I was talking about, an emerald director in the business. Then you progress up into these diamond directors. And as I said, there's over 30 diamond directors globally in Jeunesse at the moment, and most diamond directors would earn over $1 million a year or have earned $1 million in commission. So it's a great opportunity for people that want to turn this into a home business. Leadership matching bonus is absolutely uncapped. So while you can get capped at $26,250 a week in the team commission part, this is unlimited. So the more enrollments, the better quality the enrollments that you enroll into the business and help build a business, the bigger your commissions will be. So anyone that you personally enrolled is called a first generation match. You can earn 20% there, and all their enrollments called a second generation. It's they're down 1 generation from your enrollments. You earn a 15%. So if I bring someone into the business, let's say, for example, who goes on to build a diamond director business, I can earn a 20% matching bonus on that. But for them to get to diamond director, they've had to bring in lots and lots of good people, hundreds and hundreds. So I would rather earn 15% on the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people than 20% on one diamond director. Then it goes down to a third level, 10% matching bonus there, and it can go all the way down to 7 generations of matching bonus. That's the reason that our distributors are breaking records in the industry. Number 5, pretty simple. You can increase your level 1 match from 20% up to 30%. So if I help a diamond, help someone that I personally enroll reach the diamond director level, it'll be great to get a 20% bonus, but a lot better to get a 30% bonus. You need 10 customers, so 10 people that join your business and don't enroll one person to get that extra 10% bonus. If you're building a business, don't focus on it. It will just happen anyway. The last way to get paid is called a diamond bonus pool, which is a share pool for people that have reached that diamond level that's paid out quarterly. And I call it the glue to the comp plan, because it's a 3 to 5 year plan for a lot of people to reach that diamond level. And I'm certainly working hard out in the field. I'm running webinars in Australia, in Asia, in Africa, in America, because I want to get into this diamond pool. I want to share in this pool with the other 30 plus people. But once I'm in there, I never want to leave there. So it's a really good part of the compensation plan to lock in its leadership. There's a few great success stories in my group that I often like just sharing. This is a lady that spent best part of 20 years in the corporate world. She went on and did a bit of party planning and then got into this industry. And 18 months ago, she joined, and this month here she's reached the Ruby Director level. So an 18-month working minimum daily action, consistent and persistent, following a basic formula, and she's up to that Ruby Director level. Here's another great story, a young girl. She's actually the youngest Sapphire executive in Australia. She's 21 years of age and been in the business for around 12 months now, and just been able to buy what she refers to as her dream car in the first 12 months. This lady here worked in the corporate world, had a family, was off on maternity leave, and during that time she joined Jeunesse Global, started building a business, and after 10 years in the corporate world, decided that she was making enough money to fire her boss. So that's another great story. This guy down here, you might not recognize him in the US, but he's a famous sports star. So he played 200 games, often in front of 100,000 people at a time. So it's like playing in the NFL over in America there. He played 203 games. He's a Ruby director with Jeunesse Global. He's also in this industry, made $30,000 1 month with a previous company, but he basically transitioned from a professional sports star into this industry, and now with Jeunesse Global, and is already a Ruby director with Jeunesse. This guy here is the first diamond director in Australia, but he also 25 years he's only earned his income from this industry, so he's one of those $1 million income earners. But in his 25 years, he's only been in 2 other companies, and he's reached that level in both other companies. So that's a professional has moved into Jeunesse, and the good thing about it, he was able to achieve that in 18 months, which is the quickest he's ever done that in this industry. And here's another great lady who's been in business for herself her entire life. She's had a few health challenges along the way, but she's loved the fact she's been able to build this at home when she's felt that it wrapped around her, I guess, timetable, and being able to, she's up to a Sapphire Elite level in the business, so doing great things in Australia. Another lady here who's a Sapphire, again, another great story, because she actually last year spent most of the year really dealing with breast cancer. 8 weeks recovery, couldn't drive a car, but in that time was still able to use the phone, absolutely passionate about Jeunesse and the products and her health, and was able to progress. She only just started the business, but she was able to progress up to Sapphire and doing really great things down here in Australia. And the last one is another lady who's got a mother of 4. She's only been in Jeunesse for 12 months, but it's been able to get her out of traditional business and do this full time as well. So there's a few success stories. We've been really opened properly in Australia for 2 years. So you can actually put together a 2-year game plan and do some incredible things. We have business opportunity all over the world in 100 countries around the world. We have actually over 20 offices and country managers. We just opened all the African markets. So you can do business on any continent on the planet if you want to. So a great opportunity there. We've also tapped into this new age side of the business, which is online marketing, video technology, mobile app technology, website-based marketing sites, database building sites. There's all sorts of amazing things here in what we call J Builder and J World. So there's some great things there to help you build your business. We've got great support in Jeunesse. We're running these webinars to people all around the world every single week, so you can look at our schedules of webinars. We've got great leadership in the industry that are all working hard. So in the US, Teresa Gregory and Kim and Jason, they're doing great things with the business. But we've got leaders all around the world doing great things for people to help the business grow. We've got all sorts of support for everyone. Another side part to the business is all the incentive trips. I believe now there's an Alaskan cruise on currently as we speak. The Diamonds just went on a private boat around the Greek islands for a week. As an Emerald director, I'm just on a free trip to Hawaii, but I've also just qualified for a free trip to Macau to our international convention. So it doesn't matter where you are in the business, you can always win up to 2, 3, 4 trips a year just by simply going out there and sharing the good word about Jeunesse Global. Here's some of the fun that we've had on our trips. That's the side part of the business. I love traveling with everyone, building and having great fun. And just to wrap it all up, and this is a real passion of the corporate executives, especially Wendy and Randy, we've got a charitable program called Jeunesse Kids, where we're trying to feed starving children all around the world. And this is a really, I know it goes right to the heart of Wendy and Randy, and you often see them actually in the field at the different areas, where we're contributing funds. So that's a really, I guess, great part of our organisation is our giving program to feed starving children all around the world. So that's a wrap of the presentation, guys. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I will stay